Hello, welcome to another repair video. Today we'll be attempting to recap our power supply for the Sharp HM 750. Right, so what I've decided to do today is remove the capacitors and check them with the multimeter, so that we can see what capacitors are actually faulty. Now, some of them are actually coming, they're on their way, so I just want to save some time and have a look at okay. So I think we did try this one, so we know which. As I'm going to go along, I'm going to just clean all the contacts as well, so that when the new caps come we can just put them in straight away. Okay. Right. So I've actually got all these written down as well, so there's no fear of... I've also bought a couple of regulators for this, so that right. It's a lovely day out there today. Okay, so this one here is supposed to be a 47 microfarad capacitor, and is coming up as a 51.91, which ESR is 0.82. I think it's got a bit higher than the spec, so we probably will change that. We're changing all of the caps in there anyway, but I'm just seeing whether there's any other things that jump out on me, like we had last time. Last time we had a capacitor which was short, so right, there we are. So here's another one. So this one's also a 47 mic. Okay. Ah. No or unknown part. Right. Does that mean that this is faulty? Right, okay, so we have come across another one which I think it's open circuit. This cap is open. Just double check. No. This capacitor is open. So that means we found another fault. So we'll leave that there. Okay, so we'll go. I've always had, throughout my repair life, I've always had a habit of replacing, especially if it's a power supply, all of the capacitors in the power supply, so that we can be sure that the power supply is working to its full potential, the best it can. I mean, there are other things that can happen to a power supply, like resistors might change their value, or transistors might go a bit leaky. So, you know, I mean, other things can happen, but the major faults of a power supply is capacitors. As we've just seen here, the last time we were doing this, we found a capacitor was short. Now we've found a capacitor which is open. So there you are. What else are we going to find? I think this one is glued in. Jesus, this is struggling a bit, isn't it? Why is this so hard? The legs may be bent. Am I pulling the right one? Oh right, it's actually glued on with the wire. Hold on a minute. It is actually off. It's actually got a bit of the glue on it. Ugh. I hate it when manufacturers do this. As you can see here, you've got a bit of glue on here. Right, so let's have a look at this one. They do seem a funny colour. Right, okay, so that's the positive, and this is the negative. Ah, another one. Does our meter actually work, or is the meter packed up? This one's also open. Let's have a look at this one here, just to make sure our meter works still. Because it could be that our meter's packed up, which is totally possible. It's the right time for it to pack up, isn't it? No, it hasn't packed up. So we have found two capacitors which are open circuit. What else are we going to find? Right, there's not really that many of them in there, to be honest with you. I'm keeping my eye on the post as well, just in case we actually get them as well. But by doing this beforehand, we can actually see whether what the problem is. So I found two capacitors which were open circuit. Let's have a look at this one. So nice having testers like this, isn't it? Right, this is coming up as 100 right, this is completely off its scale. ESR is 2.1 ohms. This is completely off its scale. Or maybe... okay. It is suspect though. Coming up as something completely different. So this is also faulty. So far we have checked 4 capacitors and we have found 3 faulty ones. I think we're doing well, aren't we? Let's get this cap off. Is this glued in as well? It is, isn't it? Why the hell do these people actually put glue on them? Right, this is coming. This is off as well. So we have a 1 microfarad 50 volt again. Later on, Dad.
Huh?
Later on.
Okay.
Okay, so let's try this one here. ESR is a bit high on this one as well. 1.10. Yeah, this one's high as well. Right, so I believe we've found 4 capacitors which are faulty so far, and we've only got a few left to check. 1, 2, 3, 4 to check. That's why in my repair life I've always replaced every single cap in the power supply whenever I could do it, because it just saves you a lot of time, you know, keep going back to the same issue. So once you know you've done the power supply, it doesn't cost much. It only costs about £2 or £3. You get the power supply recapped, you get the power supply working at its full potential, and then you know that that part is working, so then you can move on. Right, so this is a 10 microfarad. Okay, so this one's not too bad. ESR is a little bit high, 10.8 microfarad. It's not bad, but the ESR is a bit high on it. So I would say this is suspect, so we'll put that there. But we know those capacitors there are definitely bad. So we'll have a look at this one here. Right. So this is your 33 microfarad cap. Okay. Ah! Another one! Another one that's open. There you are. So there's 5 capacitors which are actually open now. Blimey. Yeah, that one's also bad. Just make sure it's connecting. Yeah, it's coming up as high. Right. Okay, this one's also suspect. Right, another 2 left, I think. Yeah, another 2 left. Okay, so this one here is a 4763. I've just got my eye on Postman because he should be delivering me my capacitors which I've ordered. Yeah, this one's still a bit high, it's 45. ESR is good, but the value is 45. Yeah, it's going. It's actually it's going as well. So this is also suspect. Right, we've got a last capacitor to check. Okay, I think that's the last one. I mean, the others I actually replaced the ones that were actually faulty because I ordered them off Amazon and I replaced them, and I did test it afterwards and it still didn't work. So now I know why it didn't work, because it was actually you've got more faulty components in there. So right, I think we've got another one. ESR is high. Yeah, so it is a good idea to recap the whole thing. So what we'll do now is the ones that were suspect, we'll have another go at them with the meter and see whether our findings were actually correct. Okay. ESR is a little high on this one. This one's definitely suspect. Okay, so Right, okay, so we have discovered by doing this little test that our capacitors in the cold side do need replacing. So that's the hot side and this is the cold side. So our cold capacitors do need replacing, so I now am going to wait for the postman hopefully to bring me the capacitors which I've ordered, and once we've got those, now it's going to be much easier and much quicker now to replace those caps. That's why I wanted to do this in a separate video. I do know where what cap goes where, because I've actually written them all down. So that's going to be our next little task. Once that's done, then we can go ahead and do another power up and see whether we've got any life out of the machine. Hopefully I have total confidence that this time we will, because we have actually found some more faulty components. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.